Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's part.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Terence Bud Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. reportedly clashed during a live discussion, and things escalated quickly. Floyd downplayed Crawford's win over Canelo, suggesting that Canelo Alvarez wasn't as strong as people say, which many fans interpreted as jealousy rather than fair analysis. The moment highlighted a clear clash of eras, 2 top fighters with different legacies and no desire to share the spotlight. While Floyd has been focused on exhibition bouts, including appearances with Mike Tyson, Crawford has been active in dominating divisions and building his own legacy. What started as a simple question about who is better quickly turned tense in the studio. With everyone realizing it was more than just debate, it was a real statement about boxing history and status.
And lastly, for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Terence Crawford stayed calm and respectful during the exchange, saying that Floyd Mayweather Jr. paved the way for fighters today, but each era has its own top fighter, adding that he is simply focused on building his own legacy and doing things his own way.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. There ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah. Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now,
but Floyd Mayweather Jr. clearly didn't agree and pushed back, leaning in and saying that Canelo Alvarez was never that great and that beating him doesn't put anyone on his level. The moment sparked a huge reaction, with the studio reacting instantly and fans flooding the live chat, because many felt you can't really downplay what Terence Crawford just achieved.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boy. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd, nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
After all, Terence Crawford didn't just beat Canelo Alvarez. He controlled the entire fight from start to finish, winning clearly over 12 rounds with clean, precise boxing and no controversy or excuses. Canelo, once seen as the face of boxing, was made to look ordinary in comparison. Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is focused on an exhibition event with Mike Tyson, while Crawford continues to unify divisions and strengthen his place at the top of the sport.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but it's happening.
That's when Terence Crawford cut in and simply said, "Then prove it," making it clear that the only real answers come inside the ring, not on social media or in interviews. The moment instantly set off a huge reaction online, with fans going wild over the exchange.
This is the situation, guys. No one has ever been a 4-division champion in boxing. Not a real one. Oh, Pacquiao won 8 and Oscar De La Hoya won 11 and this one won 15. No, I'm talking about Ring Magazine champ or lineal champ. You are the champion of that division.
Get them all.
Forever, the record was 3 by Henry Armstrong. Manny Pacquiao was the first dude to really win 4. Floyd gets credit for 4 for beating Canelo, but that wasn't at the junior middleweight limit. I don't count that. I don't count that. Terence Crawford just joined Manny Pacquiao as the only legit 4-division champion in the history of boxing. And he did it by jumping middle. He came lightweight, junior welter. Then he won a belt at junior middle, not the whole championship. And then skipped middle to fight Canelo Alvarez for the undisputed, for the Ring Magazine super middleweight championship of the world, and left no doubts, including with Canelo, who was all class after the fight but knew what had just happened.
Terence Crawford isn't chasing fame. He's building a historic legacy. With a record of 42-0 and 31 knockouts, he became the first male boxer to become undisputed in 3 weight classes, including lightweight, welterweight, and super middleweight. He did it the hard way, without avoiding tough opponents, without catch weight advantages, and without relying on politics or shortcuts.
And I'm gonna get a lot of too, but honestly, there could be the way where you put Crawford over Mayweather. Because of going up, you didn't see Mayweather go up from 147 to 168. That's crazy, bro. And honestly, I thought Crawford was gonna have more of a hard time because he had a hard time with Madronov. So imagine going up to it. I mean, that's crazy. I mean, but I don't want to take nothing away from Mayweather. Mayweather's the greatest of all time. But I think that was a really big risk that Crawford took, and then he ended up winning. You know what I mean? So you have to give credit to that too. I mean, that's a big risk. That'd be like me going up and fighting Usyk right now, heavyweight.
I know that's been kind of hinted. I'm
not thinking of that right now. I'm not thinking of that right now. No, but that's kind of like how that'd be. You know what I mean? So you have to, bro. That's a lot of. He has a lot of balls to do that. And not only to go do that to show the world that he's really like that.
From dominating Errol Spence Jr., a fighter many believed was too big and too strong, to moving up multiple weight classes and outboxing Canelo Alvarez in front of a massive crowd of around 70,000 fans, Terence Crawford has built a case that goes beyond the present era. Many fans now see him not just as the best active fighter, but someone who could be in the conversation as one of the greatest of all time.
He hurt Canelo a couple of times, and he looked spectacular. Congratulations to Terence Crawford for that great performance, and man, it was a great fight.
Were you expecting more from Canelo?
I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting Canelo to knock out Crawford, to be honest with you, because it's a 3-weight divisions. Well, he did fight one time at a higher division, but and to me, it's 3 ways, you know. He had to go up a lot in weight. And that's what I was expecting. But at the end of the day, you know, I got to give respect to Canelo. You know, he has done so much in boxing that it will be hard for somebody else to achieve and make. He trained hard, you know, and he said that he tried, but the body did not respond. And I've been saying that, you know, the body is worn out. You know, Canelo is young, but in boxing life, he's worn out.
Analysts like Max Kellerman have even suggested that Terence Crawford may have a cleaner resume than Floyd Mayweather Jr., sparking debate among fans about how the two careers compare.
It's wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring them. lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time.
Oh, yes.
That makes a difference to people.
Because here's the argument. Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s 50-0 record is legendary, but critics say many of those fights came at the right moment. Like facing Manny Pacquiao when he was already slowed down, or Shane Mosley past his prime. On the other hand, Terence Crawford is praised for taking opponents at their peak and still completely shutting them down, which is why the debate over who has the stronger legacy keeps getting louder.
Who you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. Like he's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather is really good too, though. You can't knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because he's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
While Floyd Mayweather Jr. focused on protecting his undefeated record, Terence Crawford is seen as fighting to build and secure his legacy. That's why many fans today care less about records and more about real impact in the ring. At the same time, as Crawford's reputation continues to rise, there are ongoing discussions suggesting that Floyd's financial and business image may be facing increasing pressure.
Canelo couldn't really keep up with him. He was too fast. His feet, footwork was too good.
Do you think the scores was right on, or do you think maybe it was a little more towards Bud?
What was the scorecards?
115, 113, 116, 112.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah?
I feel like Bud damn near basically won every round, so
yeah.
Honestly. But yeah, that's about right. You can say that.
Now, with this accomplishment, Keyshawn, is he on the Mount Rushmore of
Hell
boxers?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah?
3-time undisputed. Mm-hmm. He just beat Canelo.
Yeah.
The face of boxing. So now you can say Bud is the face of boxing.
Greatest of all time, or?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it can never be one great, but he definitely one of the greatest of all time for sure.
Let's be honest, Floyd Mayweather Jr. changed boxing forever. He helped turn it into a billion-dollar business and built the money brand that made fighters richer just by being linked to his name. But lately, that image doesn't feel as strong as it once did. Instead of traditional high-stakes fights, he's now focused on exhibition events, including an upcoming matchup involving Mike Tyson, who is still known for his power and presence even at an older age.
It was recently said that you're going to be fighting Floyd Mayweather. Why the hell did he agree to fight you? That seems like a bad decision by him.
Well, listen, I was minding my business. I'm flying my birds, tending to my children, and he's the one. He came with the sign. His name was on the contract signed already, and he was talking really bad and nasty to me. So I was like, God damn! I thought we were friends. He talked crazy. He's all right.
That's got to be such a cool thing for boxing fans, though, Mike, to have two of the all-time legends in there. Are you excited just to see the thing of that, like it was with you and Roy?
Nah, man, we want to get him, man. What are you talking about? This guy's talking crazy. They're kicking his ass.
He doesn't know what he signed up for.
Yeah, I told the exhibition. He's talking crazy.
So he's like, but Mike, come on, man. He can't be doing anything to you. Like, that's a bad decision by him.
Hey, he made a good money choice, though.
And many fans aren't impressed, with some now describing what was once seen as the greatest ever run of Floyd Mayweather Jr. as more about money than legacy. The criticism is that these exhibition fights don't add to his career achievements and could actually damage how he's remembered. Even doctors, sports commentators, and other fighters have called the matchup involving Mike Tyson reckless, warning that it raises serious concerns beyond just entertainment.
Well, Tyson, if there were some pre-arrangement for this fight, Tyson's animosity, well documented towards Floyd. Any chance that he's going in there and saying, hey, screw all, I don't care what agreement was made, if there was one at all, I want to kill this dude?
Nah. He gonna get a check. Floyd's gonna get a check. And they're gonna get a check that's real huge because of their names. So nobody's finna fuck their money up.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. is being criticized for stepping into exhibition-style fights, including matchups involving dangerous opponents like Mike Tyson, with some fans saying it feels more about attention and views than real competition. At the same time, Terence Crawford is being praised for focusing on traditional boxing goals, winning real titles, taking serious challenges, and keeping high stakes in every fight, which many see as protecting the sport's competitive integrity. When Floyd was asked why he doesn't fight Crawford, his response was that he already proved everything in his career, highlighting the difference in mindset between legacy achievement and current competition.
They were saying that if he beats Canelo, it could put him as even the greatest of all time. What does that put him in the all-time list, man?
At least top 10.
At least
top 10.
top 10
or top 15, easily, you know? There's guys that we may not know of or heard of, like Henry Armstrong. Simultaneously, he was 3 divisions carrying all 3 weight divisions at the same time.
Which performance was better? I don't like to compare them, but Crawford or Mayweather's over Canelo. Like it's just different.
It's just different styles, different looks, you know. But the punching, the output that he was giving Canelo, definitely gave him the win.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. said he doesn't need to chase younger fighters anymore, and that his career is already proven. In response, Terence Crawford simply smiled, and the moment felt like it said more than any argument. Crawford didn't raise his voice or try to show off. He just stated that he's built differently, explaining that he isn't chasing money or attention, but meaningful moments in the ring, which made the room go quiet. That final line landed hard in the discussion, with Terence Crawford emphasizing that he's chasing meaningful moments in the ring rather than money or attention. In contrast, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is often described as having built his success by carefully choosing fights that protected his unbeaten record. That difference is what fuels the ongoing debate. One path focused on financial success and career control, the other focused on taking on top challenges to build a legacy.
I thought Terence fought a virtuoso fight. Terence never let Canelo get into a rhythm. Terence never allowed Canelo to get anything going, and I didn't think he could do it for 12 rounds. I thought that the first 3 or 4 rounds were going to be difficult for Canelo for that reason, but Terence was able to do it for 12 rounds, and in the later part of the fight, he kind of pushed the fight more than I think people expected, which is the mark of a superstar, man.
Terence Crawford is being described as someone who isn't hiding behind retirement, easy matchups, or nostalgia fights. He's taking on top competition and aiming for real challenges. In contrast, Floyd Mayweather Jr. is being framed as part of the entertainment-driven side of boxing, where exhibitions and legacy matchups are more common today. The debate intensified after Floyd downplayed Canelo Alvarez, which many fans saw as unfair given Canelo's reputation and history in the sport. Crawford's success against elite opposition is being used by supporters as proof of a more competitive approach, while others argue boxing today is split between entertainment-based events and fighters like Crawford, Alexander Usyk, and others who still focus on high-level competition and titles.
How are you feeling to be Chris Eubank's trainer, first of all?
It feels good, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been this trainer before, so
Yeah, it's good.
it's a no-brainer.
Of course. Congratulations on the win. What's your first reactions to Crawford's victory? One of the greats of this era, right?
Oh, definitely that. You know that.
What do you want to see him do now?
What I want to do now?
What do you want to see Crawford do next?
Do what he at this point now in his career where he can do whatever he wanted to do.
Who would you like to see him fight? Any names? Is there any names in particular you'd like to see?
It doesn't matter.
What about Canelo? Would you like to see him retire?
I don't. Canelo's not my responsibility.
Okay.
Floyd's side is seen as driven by entertainment and hype, while Terence Crawford is viewed as representing pure legacy and real competition, and fans are clearly starting to pick up on that difference. When the exhibition involving Mike Tyson was announced, many people reacted with disappointment instead of excitement, while Crawford continues to gain attention every time he speaks because of how direct and serious his approach is. Unlike fighters chasing retired names or big-money show fights, Crawford is calling out active champions and pushing for real challenges, not easy paydays. That mindset has even led legends like Roy Jones Jr. to suggest Crawford may have already passed Floyd Mayweather Jr. in all-time discussions, arguing that greatness today is defined more by risk than by record alone. After one viral interview, the live chat split heavily, with fans debating between TB for Floyd and Bud's era for Crawford, showing just how divided boxing opinion has become.
Looking back at like Floyd's career, like him coming up in the era that he came up in, he had all them champions that he was able to fight, and that's what led him to be so great. You know, because he fought the most champions, beat the most champions. You know, got the most money for beating the most champions. So it's just like, man, he had this guy, back to back to fight, one after one.
Twitter lit up with reactions, with many users saying Floyd Mayweather Jr. has turned his legacy into entertainment, while praising Terence Crawford for letting his performances speak for themselves inside the ring. Some also criticized the upcoming exhibition involving Mike Tyson, calling it more of a stage spectacle than a true competitive fight. Even fighters and voices within boxing are split on the debate. Athlete Shakur Stevenson backed Crawford, saying fans should recognize greatness while it's happening and not after it's gone, while trainer Calvin Ford took a more neutral stance, saying both Floyd and Crawford represent greatness in their own different eras and styles. In the end, the discussion highlights a clear divide in boxing today. Floyd Mayweather built the modern business and entertainment machine of the sport, while Crawford is being praised for bringing attention back to pure competition, discipline, and meaningful fights that define true sporting legacy.
I truly don't know the answer to that.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
yes,
fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terrence.
always figures it out.
Yeah,
yes.
he's
a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
the
sense
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terrence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that's true.
But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
got a pioneer, right? Yeah, you gotta.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere, and I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out-figure out.
Every generation has its own icon in boxing. Muhammad Ali passed the spotlight to Mike Tyson. Tyson passed it to Floyd Mayweather Jr. And now many believe Floyd is watching that torch move into the hands of Terence Crawford. The key difference fans point out is that Crawford didn't demand that status. He earned it through performance. While Floyd built his legacy by mastering the business side of boxing, Crawford is being praised for mastering the pure fighting side of the sport. He's not avoiding challenges or waiting for big paydays. Instead, he's taking on top opponents and making elite fighters look ordinary, which is why his rise is being seen as the start of a new era in boxing.
I saw you before the fight, the Crawford-Canelo fight, and you had a Cavs hat on. This time you've got a GOAT hat on. Is that how you're feeling? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but is that how you're feeling about Bud's performance, about his whole career?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling that way, man. GOAT. Greatest of all time, man. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to his coaches. Not just me, Saul Red, Bernie, Chet, nutritionists, everybody played a part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
And while Floyd Mayweather Jr. is focused on headline-grabbing exhibitions like the one involving Mike Tyson, Terence Crawford is chasing something bigger, lasting greatness. That's what made the live interview moment stand out, because it wasn't just about ego, it was about how boxing is changing. One fighter helped build the modern foundation of the sport, while the other is trying to take it to the next level. In the end, neither backed down. Floyd made it clear he's the blueprint, and Crawford made it just as clear that he sees himself as the upgrade.
I beat this guy. It's his excuse. I beat this guy. You know, he's too young or whatever. So I'm never really going to give my full respect until afterwards. Yes, you know, it's a lot of people that's changing their narrative. Like, man, y'all watching something great right now, and we not appreciating it. And it's sad to say that we waking up at the tail end of his career. You know, we really didn't realize it until now when he's like doing extraordinary stuff, like going up 2 weight classes to fight the best fighter in that division, the #1 guy that's the face of boxing, you know. And the way that I handled that, people like, oh man, something had to be wrong. Canelo had to be washed, or Canelo just wasn't in it. I see people saying, oh, Turkey paid for Canelo to lose, you know. So I just think, you know, when you that much better than the competition, you know, people not going to give you credit until they sit down and look at it and just be like, man, that dude was good.